What if a single 5-minute video could bring you 16 coaching clients in just 1 week? I'm pulling back the curtain on the most successful marketing strategy I have spontaneously ever done. Discover how to craft videos that captivate your audience, build trust, and drive sales, because that's exactly what this 5-minute Loom video that I made did. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I generated 16 sales from one 5-minute video. I'm going to be sharing the exact strategy so that you can implement it into your business. Plus, I'm going to be sharing with you my overall lessons and takeaways from this strategy, because it was very spontaneous. It was a random idea that popped into my head that ended up generating me tens and tens of thousands of dollars in a very short period of time with very little effort. Okay, so late last year in 2024, I had an idea. I was thinking about how I could help more coaches to scale their business and make them feel really, really safe about making the decision. You see, we are in a bit of a trust recession in the coaching industry at the moment, with so many coaches having been burnt and let down and overpromised and underdelivered to. Because of that reason, people are typically taking longer to buy. They're being way more careful with their money, the decisions they're making, and who they ultimately work with. Not only that, but there is more competition out there than ever before. There are so many great offers, so many great coaches across all different niches, that there are just more options. This can create decision fatigue and make people take a little bit longer. You pair that with, recessions, financial changes, the economy making all sorts of moves, government changes, all of these sorts of things. And you find yourself in a position where you really have to be above and beyond great at what you do in order for people to choose you over someone else in the industry. Okay. So because of that, I really had to think about how can I show people that I'm not going to burn them. I'm not going to abandon them when they join. And I do deeply care about every single individual that is in my program. No one is just a number. I treat everyone equally, and I love all of my clients, and I would never let anyone into my program to begin with if I didn't full-heartedly believe in them either. But unfortunately, that's not the case for every program out there, and people have experienced some pretty terrible things. I was even on a call with someone who's decided to join Scale School today, but she told me that the last program she invested in was a 5-figure investment, only to go in and see that it was a bunch of YouTube videos that she could literally just watch from YouTube. I think that that's just appalling. And so because of people like that, people like us have to really prove ourselves to show that we are genuine and that we are going to follow through with what we're saying we're delivering in our program. So I wanted to create a no-brainer offer that coaches would get 10x their investment after joining. And it was so good that people would feel silly saying no to. So I was sitting there thinking, right, this is the problem. Whilst it's not my problem, it is my responsibility because of these situations to get creative on how I can really show my audience that I can help them and that they can trust me. So I was really thinking about what would be a no-brainer offer for my clients, what would really, really help them. Put my thinking cap on, and I thought of a very spontaneous but great idea that not only was super beneficial for my clients and my potential clients, but also it actually felt significantly more aligned for me than my previous business model was laid out. So I actually decided to merge the 2 offers that I had into one. So previously I had a program that was a little bit lower ticket, and it was for new coaches just starting out, and it was basically a course and a Facebook group and 1 monthly live training. So it was pretty limited support. However, it was me responding to every single post in that group, and I still poured a lot of my time into that because, again, I really, really care regardless of what people are paying or what the situation is. At the end of the day, I want my clients to get results. And so I leaned into that experience. But then I also had my mastermind, which was a much bigger investment, but then my time was also much more heavily involved in that program. And I thought, what if I just merge them together? My clients get the benefit of having an even greater community that they can all connect and collaborate with. I get to pour my time just into one place instead of trying to divide it into two all of the time, which means I could give my clients even more. And I could just help them further, right? So that was what I thought of. Plus, I thought of a whole bunch of other things that would mean and what I could do there. But that's besides the point of this video. So I decided I'm going to merge my two offers into one so it's more of a no-brainer. I can give more, it's bigger, it's better, all of the things. Everyone wins. But in order to do that in a really smooth sailing way, I essentially had to gift everyone in my lower ticket program free access to my higher ticket program, and I needed to give the people in my higher ticket program, to make it fair for them, extra time for free to make the transition really smooth. I don't think anyone would have complained or had a problem, but with my integrity and the congruency, I just felt it has to be fair for what people paid. And even though they were all getting what they had originally gotten, they were just getting more, if anything, some of them. I still wanted it to be fair that some people had chosen to invest obviously in the bigger program, and I didn't want that to now have in their mind like, oh, we could have just joined the cheaper one and got this anyways kind of thing. And whilst at the time, I don't believe anyone in my program would have thought like that. Again, it was just me thinking like that. And so I was like, right, to make this smooth, my mastermind clients are just going to get extra time for free, and my lower ticket clients, they're just going to get suddenly group calls and all of this extra support. So I decided to merge that. But before I actually even announced that to my clients, I felt so sure about the decision. I felt so good about it. Like everything just ticked the boxes for me. I just wanted to make my program bigger and better and cheaper and all of the things, because essentially I was keeping the investment the same that my high ticket clients were paying, but I was doubling the time. Instead of it being a 6-month mastermind, it was now going to be a 12-month mastermind, because again, I just wanted to ride the waves with my clients in their entire journey. And so I kept the investment the same, but I doubled the time. So it was a win-win situation by a mile for everyone. Potential clients, existing clients, me, everyone was winning. And basically, the benefits of this was, it'd make the community bigger and stronger. I was able to put all of my time in one place, be able to make it much more affordable, plus a whole bunch of other things. But before I announced it to my clients, I thought, well, why don't I reach out to all of the people that have said no to me in the past? They've said maybe they need to think about it. It's not the right time. Insert all of those lovely objections we love receiving. And I thought, why don't I just film a really quick video and just share with them these changes I've made and let them know that if they join before I actually properly announce this to my clients, merge the program and therefore change the pricing, if they join that lower program, they're actually going to get this for the price of that. So I literally remember still finishing thinking of this, and I'd already opened up my laptop and I was walking straight to my office to open up Loom and film the video. I kid you not, I didn't write down a word, I didn't plan anything, I didn't prepare anything. I was so lit up by the energy of this really exciting idea that I had, that I just straight away pressed record on Loom. So all of a sudden I'm recording on Loom, and I just basically said and it was worded a lot better than this, but in a sense it was basically like, hey, I know you've considered working with me in the past, but it wasn't the right time, wasn't the right money or whatever. But I wanted to let you know that I'm about to make a really big decision that I haven't even yet announced to my clients. And basically I shared everything I just shared with you guys, that I'm merging the offers. And so if you want to work with me, if you were serious that you wanted to join in a couple of weeks or maybe later, or I know you maybe said no, but whatever it was, if you actually do want to work with me, you have this beautiful opportunity that I'm never going to announce publicly, that is just reserved for you if you're receiving this video, to join the lower ticket program before I merge the program and then up the investment. And so I filmed that video. It was about 5 minutes long, and then I just went through my spreadsheet of all my warmest leads or all of my leads, and I just sent that Loom video to as many people as I could that I thought were truly the right fit for this program. Interrupting this podcast episode really quickly to talk to you about joining Scale School, the 12-month mastermind for ambitious female coaches ready to scale their business to 30K months and beyond the simple, sustainable way. Scale School is the only way to work with me, so if you'd like to learn more and see if this mastermind is right for you, simply click the link in the show notes or come DM me at Sophia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to chat. Now let's get back to the episode. Now, I sent it out to all of them, and so quickly I had people that had said no, like a definite no, saying this offer is too good to resist, I'm in. All of a sudden they did have the money. All of a sudden it was the right time. Everyone changed their objections, and I had 16 people within the week join my program. I didn't have to have sales calls. Granted, I had obviously sales conversations with some of these people in the past, but it was as simple as sending the Loom video to them and waiting for their response. Now, here's why this worked. It worked because there was genuine urgency and scarcity there, right? Because it was so genuine, people knew that they actually had to make a decision now. They no longer had the opportunity to think about it for 3 to 5 weeks or be a no or a maybe. Like, they had to make a firm decision right then and there. Okay, so that's one reason why it worked. The other reason why this worked is because I made this decision and I made it really quickly. I moved forwards very, very quickly. I didn't, sit on the fence. I thought of the idea, it felt aligned, and I executed, okay? The thing is that fence sitters don't make money. Action takers do. I could have so easily thought, maybe I should think about this. Maybe I should let my clients know first and whatever. I could have just made those changes silently, but then I wouldn't have been able to leverage that opportunity. It was very genuine of the sense of like, this is available until I've announced this to my clients, changed the pricing and merged it all. So like, you need to jump in if you want this offer because only my existing clients are getting this offer. This is not a sales thing. This is not a marketing strategy. I'm not doing this publicly. I just thought I'd give you the heads up because you told me you were a maybe. And I just want to let you know that the thing that you're saying maybe to actually won't exist in a week's time. Like, that was kind of the gist of it. And so it was really genuine. There was urgency there. People jumped on it. And here's what I want you to take away from this altogether. Number one is make those decisions and make them quickly, okay? I made tens and tens of thousands of dollars. I think it was around about $70,000 in sales in the end because I took quick action, okay? The second thing is to make an offer so good that your audience feels silly saying no to it. This wouldn't have worked even if there was genuine urgency and scarcity if the offer sucked. But the reality is that the offer was already good, but now I'd made it great. I had handled certain objections. I had made it more affordable. And the answer isn't to just lower your prices, by the way. It's just the way that I made this merge that made the most sense for me in the direction that I wanted to go into. And so because of that, people felt so silly saying no. Like, I literally had people saying, like, this is just too good to resist. I'm in, sign me up, send me the link, right? That's what was happening. The third takeaway I want you to take from this is that it was a very personalized approach. Whilst I sent that one video to many people, all those people had something in common. They had had a conversation with me. They knew about my offer already, and they all had the same or a very similar objection, which is basically that they just hadn't said yes yet. And so I was able to address that. It made it feel very personalized, as if I had filmed it just for them. And whilst, I was very intentional with who I sent the video to, of course, the truth is that I sent it to all of those people. I never announced it publicly. I didn't send it in emails, nothing like that. It was literally just to previous leads that were warm and had expressed interest in my program but hadn't fully committed yet. And so because of this somewhat personalized approach, it just really worked because I was speaking into their pain points, their situation, their story. On top of that, even though people absolutely knew that it was sent to a number of people, I made that clear in the video, like, I'm only sending this to the people that, have expressed interest in the past. It still had that very personalized approach because they knew, she remembered me, she thought of me. And I also made sure to really personalize the message that I sent along with that Loom video link in all the DMs to everyone. And so because of that, that personalization made people feel really seen and heard and validated. And the truth is that most aren't willing to put themselves on the line, go out of their way, come up with these random ideas and actually execute them without overthinking for 500 years, and all of those things. Whereas I thought of this idea, had executed it 5 minutes later, and then sent it another 5 minutes later. And it was the difference between making $70,000 and not. And it was all because I asked myself the question is, how can I serve my clients deeper? How can I help more coaches to scale? That is the question I asked, and that's how I came up with this idea that felt truly aligned, and I executed on it. No coach told me that, no one suggested it, no one had to walk me through it. I didn't need to get so much advice to be able to move forwards, and I'm not against any of those things. I've had a coach every single day I've been in business, right? But that self-trust piece is so, so important. The alignment was there and I moved. What a big mistake that I see coaches make is that they don't move. They overthink, they stay on the fence, they overanalyze things, they worry, they doubt, and that's why they don't grow. The coaches that are most successful in the industry are the ones who move, are the ones who take action, are the ones who leap. They're the coaches that scale. They're the coaches that make the most money, the ones that move. Okay, so if you want to be a coach that actually makes money, actually signs clients on repeat, and actually grows their business, then you need to take aligned, massive action in your business. You need to care deeply about your target audience and you need to act accordingly. If I didn't care about my clients, transformations or outcomes, I never would have asked that question, never would have had that thought, never executed on that thought, and therefore never made that $70,000 in a 7-day period without needing to really invest too much time, right? That is what I did. That is how I signed 16 clients in 1 week from one video, okay? So I would love to hear your takeaways, your thoughts. Come message me on Instagram at Sophia Rose Bernardi. What was your biggest takeaway here? What's the learning? What's the lesson? What have you gotten out of this that you are going to apply into your coaching business to sign more clients in this next week? I love you all. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. If you thoroughly enjoyed this episode, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. Your support fuels our mission to bring you even more valuable content each week. It truly means the world to me. My promise to you is that if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then I'll continue making incredible episodes every week that help you to grow and scale your coaching business. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.